it's Kristen and welcome to the fan club. This is going to be another video talking about the 2014 fall TV lineup. In my last video, I talked about a bunch of shows, Red Band Society, Selfie, A to Z, so I will leave a link at the end of this video so you guys can check that out. The first show I'm talking about today is Gotham, which is a new show coming to Fox on Monday, September 22nd. You definitely don't want to miss this show. It stars Ben McKenzie and Donald Logue as James Gordon and Harvey Bullock. This is, before Batman. This is when Commissioner Gordon is young and he's just a detective starting out at the Gotham City Police Force. While Gotham has definitely been one of the most anticipated shows of 2014, I was not really sure exactly how it was going to be and if I was going to like it or not. So when I got the chance to go to an advanced screening of it at the New York Public Library, I was like, I need to go do this because not only will I get a chance to see it early and I can talk about it with you guys, but I wanted to know, is it good, is it not good? And let me tell you, I was so impressed. I was like blown away with how good this show is. It's so cool to be able to watch this show and see different people that are gonna grow up to become these villains that Batman has to fight. Just in the pilot alone, we get to see younger versions of the Penguin, the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. We get introduced to a new character named Fish Mooney, who was created specifically for this TV show. It's such an interesting story and there's so much going on, and it's just so exciting to see all of these characters that we know but in a different light. So in the pilot, we get to see James Gordon join the Gotham City Police Force. He gets his partner Harvey. We see Bruce Wayne lose his parents, and you really get to see why Gordon ended up becoming the commissioner. In the pilot, someone gets framed for a crime, and while they're trying to solve it, this is what kind of makes Gordon decide that no matter what, he's going to work really hard to get rid of all the corruption and dishonesty going on at the Gotham City Police Department. So I'm really excited about this story. They did a great job of bringing in some humor and bringing in some life. It's definitely a serious show, but it's not too serious. There are definitely a couple of jokes in there, and at the screening I definitely laughed a bunch of times. The only thing that I was a little bit confused about in the pilot is that it looks like it's set in an older time period, and the cars and police cars that they have are older types of cars, but they have flip phones, flip cell phones, so I don't really know what type of time period they're in. I do remember reading an article about the either producer or director, people working on the show wanted it to be more timeless, and that's why there's old cars but cell phones. I don't know if that really makes sense, if that's really showing that it's timeless, or if it's just kind of oh, it's more convenient if we have cell phones, but we also wanted to make it look old. But otherwise, I'm just really excited about this show. Right now the show has been picked up for 16 episodes, and we're definitely supposed to meet Mr. Freeze and Harvey Dent and so many other iconic Batman characters, and so I really hope that this show continues on. I really did enjoy this episode, and I think it would be so cool if this continued on for so many seasons, that we actually got to see the boy who plays Bruce Wayne actually become Batman. That would be so cool to kind of see that evolution and just see all of these characters continue to grow into their destiny. I've only seen the first episode and I really loved that one, so I definitely am planning on watching the rest just to see where the story goes, and I hope that it continues on and becomes one of those shows that you can't miss. The next show I'm going to talk about today is called Forever, and it premieres on ABC on September 23rd, which is a Tuesday. So this show, it was interesting to me, but it was also one of those shows that you've kind of heard the storyline before a little bit. Forever stars Johan Griffith as Dr. Henry Morgan, who is a medical examiner for crime cases, and he also happens to be immortal. So he has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. The pilot starts out with someone trying to blackmail him and get him to kind of reveal himself as immortal, and he ends up working with the police department to help solve a crime that is kind of related to him. What I'm assuming is that every episode is going to have a different crime, and it's going to somehow have a little bit of a connection to him, and his immortality. He himself is still trying to figure out how he is immortal. I don't want to spoil the ending, but there is definitely a big surprise at the end that's probably going to continue on throughout the rest of the season. So I think it's a show to definitely give a try to, you know, definitely check out the first episode and see if it's something that's interesting to you. I'm probably going to check out the second episode just so I can kind of decide, like, is it something I'm interested in? It seems like a show that doesn't take itself too seriously and definitely has some funny moments. Obviously not everything in the show is realistic, you know, people are not immortal, but there were some things in the show that I just didn't really think made sense. Like, he kind of can, like, look at someone and notice things and then just know things about them. There's an instance where he's on a train and he's talking to a girl and he's like, oh, do you have a show tonight? And she's like, yeah, how'd you know? And he's like, well, I assumed because you have little indentations on your fingers that you play an instrument and you probably play the cello or whatever it is. And like, oh, I see that your hair looks freshly washed, so you just took a shower and you're running late to the show. Like, things like that. I'm just like, huh, that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm not really sure how I feel about the show. I think that it was an interesting concept, but I don't think it really pulled me in to want to continue to watch. Also, there was just something about the police officer that Henry starts working with that, I don't know, she just seemed very, like, neutral as a character, you know, like nothing special. So I don't know if I'm going to really continue to watch, you know, the rest of the season, but I'll probably check out the next episode just to see if it gets any better. And the last show I'm going to talk about today is called Blackish, which is coming to ABC on Wednesday, September 24th. And let me tell you, this show is so funny. It stars Anthony Anderson as Dre, who is the father of this family. It's him and his wife and his 4 children, and they live in the suburbs, and they're very successful, and he's about to get a new position at his company. He's going to become the first African-American senior vice president, and he's really excited about it until he finds out that he's the senior vice president of the urban department, which he is kind of offended about. He's trying to figure out what that really means. At the same time, he's also trying to deal with his family, especially his kids, because he feels that all of the success that they've had has brought too much assimilation to their black family, and now he feels they're blackish. It just seems like this show's gonna be really fun and have a lot of, like, just silly situations going on. You know, like, his son decides that he wants to have a bar mitzvah, and kind of just, I guess, trying to figure out, walking the line between being, you know, blackish. Just kind of taking things that you think would go with one culture and just kind of like taking it and making it your own. So it seems like it's going to be a really fun show, and I'm definitely going to check out some more episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys check out some of the shows that I talked about today, and if you already have, make sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about them. I'd also love to know what other shows you're excited for this fall, so just leave them in the comments below. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, all those fun places, so I will leave my links in the description box. So if you guys want to check out these shows, make sure to check the description box, because I will leave a link to whichever shows have pilots currently up online, so you can check them out as well. Make sure to click that subscribe button if you like my videos, because I come out with new ones every week. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. See ya!